So Deontay Wilder has a gaping hole in his game in the form of sloppy defensive footwork, which causes him to be unable to effectively counter punches coming his way. He's often seen off balance due to crossing his feet or simply walking as a form of moving laterally. This footwork is by and large the biggest reason why Wilder is much less effective when fighting on the back foot or is forced to move around. So with Wilder approaching the fight with this sloppy footwork, Joseph Parker smartly took advantage and timed Wilder's lateral steps with his 1-2, even shooting them from downtown, but he had no fear of a counter coming back since Wilder is off balance most of the time. It doesn't always land, but is activity that looks good to the judges and ultimately won him the fight. So what exactly is sloppy about his footwork? Let's take a look at an example of him circling to his left. Notice he shoots a jab while circling, which is a common practice that is very effective. However, after the jab, Wilder crosses his rear foot past the point of being in a balanced fighting stance. He's off balance and would not be able to effectively return fire if attacked. You notice if you connect his feet with the line, it points away from Parker, and this is bad for him because the line represents his line of attack, which should be pointing towards your opponent instead of away like this. Let's take a look at Terence Crawford circling out behind a jab with the proper execution. Notice as he steps around to circle with his rear foot, he ends up with his feet in a line facing Spence. He'll be able to follow up with more punches, defend, counter, or even keep moving from here, unlike Wilder, who was off balance. And here's more instances of Wilder taking large steps in order to try to circle out to his left. And notice that Parker times his attack with Wilder's big step. You notice Parker is beginning to launch forward from way out of range, but he's going to get away with this because Wilder doesn't have his feet set to punch in time to catch him coming in. Notice his feet are way open right now. He's going to have to fix his stance in order to effectively punch here. Here we're going to see the same thing. Wilder's trying to circle out to his left, and notice that Parker is going to time Wilder's big step out to the left and is going to launch his attack from way downtown, and he's going to shoot his 1-2 and actually try to loop his right hand around to try to catch Wilder as he's circling out, but it just barely misses and Wilder's not able to really counter. Yet another instance, Wilder's trying to circle out to his left with his big sloppy steps, and notice that Parker now does a better job of timing his attack when Wilder's feet are crossed or when his rear foot is further behind his back than his lead foot, and then he's going to get punished for this. As you can see, Wilder cannot counter Parker even though Parker is launching his attack from way downtown. And here again, Wilder is moving to his left, but he really has to change something up since Parker has figured him out. And you see that Wilder desperately tries to deter Parker from attacking by shooting this left hook. However, this is still sloppy because he is still shooting it while stepping away to the left with his lead foot. He's essentially moving his body in the opposite direction of his punch, and this will sap all of the power from it. I mean, you could just try this yourself. Try to shoot a left hook with power while stepping your lead foot away out in the opposite direction. You're essentially going to be on one foot and you can't even turn your hips into it because you're stepping away in the opposite direction. I mean, I know Wilder is powerful, but even with this technique, he won't generate enough power to deter Parker from attacking him, and this is going to be an easy counter opportunity for Parker. And so there's the counterattack, but Wilder manages to get away. And lastly, Wilder is circling left again, and Parker times his attack with Wilder's rear foot step, fully expecting Wilder to cross his feet again. Wilder smartly stops himself before he crosses his feet. However, he makes another mistake by doing the same left hook while stepping away with his lead foot. And this time, Parker is not going to miss the counter opportunity. So he instead feints the jab this time so that his looping right hand counters right over the top of the sloppy left hook before Wilder can circle out. And that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you everybody for watching, and special thanks to my GOAT tier patrons, Jason Maheenan, Grant Gabriel, Albert Chen, Gosala Geza, Marshall Bott, Jesus Galindo, Tall Lane, Jal Stroll, Micaiah O'Sullivan, Nyan Valdez, as well as my channel members Lucas Miller and Hot Pocket Maestro. You guys keep the channel going, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Thank you all for watching.